Hello, everybody. Hello. From wherever you are. Hello from the other side of the world. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or even good night, some people. Hi, guys. How are you doing? So, welcome to another session of Rising Above the Average. And I am so happy to be with you today, right? And my name is Alun, and I'm your host. And by the way, if you would like, could you just pop in your name in the comments below, just so we get to know each other. Just let me know what your name. If you're watching this live or you're watching this later, just pop your name, if you would, in the comment below, just so I know who I'm addressing today, right? So today I titled this discussion, How to Start a Business from Scratch, Step by Step. So I went through the memory lane of how I started my own business a couple of years ago. And I thought today I was just going to give you a brief of this, probably like part two, so that it doesn't get too long. This probably have part two, so it doesn't get too long. So today we're just gonna talk about maybe 4 or 5 of the things that I did when I started, and just maybe it could inspire you to do something as well. So before we get into the whole thing, as always, how are you doing? How is your family doing? How is your business doing if you started? And what have you learned this week? And as I always say, you guys, if you've been with me for any length of time, you must be tired of this question, but I actually believe that this is the key to growth. What have you learned this week? Right? And I think cultivating the habit of asking this question every single day, or even getting to the point of asking every single moment, will make a difference. So what have you learned this week? I personally believe in continuous growth. Right? I truly believe that everything that happened to us in our life brings a learning with it, brings something we can learn, and brings an opportunity for us to just grow and to be better. And many times we kind of look back, we connect the dots looking back, right? But this time, how about we anticipate, right? And we ask ourselves, we proactively ask ourselves what we can learn in every situation. So just go back to the memory lane of what happened this week, the whole of your week, and pick 1 or 2 or 3, at least one thing that you think you have learned or you could have learned in this week. So for me, what I've learned is the importance of staying consistent no matter what. Sometimes you really don't feel like it. Like sometimes I really don't feel like doing videos, right? Sometimes I really don't feel like working on my business, or I really don't feel like doing anything, exercising, or sometimes even eating. I really don't feel like that, right? But you've just got to do what you've got to do, right? So I think the importance of consistency and telling yourself that you've got to do what you've got to do, and no matter what, right? And really pulling yourself from out of those days, of those seasons in your life where you feel like, oh my God, I am down, I don't want to do anything, and pulling yourself out, all right, until you get to those points in your life. Hi, Dina. You get to those point in your life where you feel like, I'm up for this, you have the energy and you can do it, right? And you don't drag yourself that much. So what have you learned this week, right? I see that Dina is here, and I just put forth the question for you. Dina, can you look back in your week and ask yourself, what have I learned this week, or what could I have learned this week? And I learned the importance of consistency, staying consistent with my exercise, with my healthy eating, with my acne treatment. You guys, I have been treating this acne forever, and hopefully one day I am going to find a solution to this, right? But I noticed that eating healthy has really helped, and following the medical medium advice has really helped. So sticking with that has been sometimes a challenge to just stick with that every single time. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I need a break, but really coming back to it, right? No matter what, coming back to it and sticking to it. So let me know in the comments below what you've learned this week. If you're watching this live, kudos to you. Let me know now. If not, if you're going to watch this later, still let me know what you've learned, and send me a comment and let me know. Let me know what you've learned, and let me know what you're looking forward to learning the upcoming week as well. Next week, what are you looking forward to learning. So, not beating too much around the bush and jumping right into what I would like us to talk about today, which is how to start your business step by step, right? And there are lots of ways to start your business, and these are not exhaustive, but I just want to give you an idea for this week for you to think about. So one thing I have down here on my list is, and by the way, and you can get all of these things. This is a blog that I wrote. You can get all of these things on askalunanything.com. You can go to my website, it's a blog session, and you can find this title, How to Start a Business from Scratch, and you can read through it at your own pace, right? I'm only going to talk about a few things from this blog, but you can go back and read everything, right? So number one is write your idea down and make it as plain and explicit as possible. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know how I'm very, very particular about writing things down and getting clarity about what you want to do. And I think you being a business owner or an aspiring business owner, clarity is key. Clarity about what you're going to do is very key. And sometimes we don't have that clarity, right? So one thing that really helps you, right, if you're thinking about starting a business, is to write down your idea. Get yourself a book, a pen and paper, and write down your idea and make it as clear as possible. Sometimes the whole idea doesn't come at once, right? Sometimes it comes in bits and pieces. So give yourself time to write consistently, maybe every day, a couple of times a day, a couple of times a week, but write your idea down and expand on it in a written form so that you can refer to it later on, right? And then number two, so we're talking about how to start a business from scratch. And number one, I said, write your idea down and make it as plain and explicit as possible. And number two, I'm saying create edutainment ads. So what are edutainment ads? So, sorry, I don't know if this word exists or I created it, but edutainment ads are those that are fun and educational at the same time. So create things that are fun and educational at the same time. So whether this could be a YouTube video or a Facebook post or an Instagram post, I strongly suggest that you make it fun and interesting. So what I'm trying to say is that create posts, right, or content that's educative and also very fun at the same time. Create something that will pique the interest of your target audience. And this brings the point of discover your target audience, right? So after writing about getting clarity about what you want, what you really want, right? And you start creating content about it. You need to think about who are those that I want to serve, right? Who are those that I want to serve? Who are those that are going to be listening to me? Who are those that are going to come and buy my stuff or purchase my services or subscribe to my services? Get clear about that. And then craft content about what are the things that they're interested in and how can I make it fun? How can I put forward things that they will be interested in? How can I make it fun? Right? And another way, to start a business is to kind of create a lot of fun gifts, give away a lot of free things on your website. And this could be in form of ebooks, in kind of free training, in form of, different things. But when you give away free things, it attracts people, right? To at least come and have a taste of what you offer, right? And literally this is number 4, right? So number 5, have a strong value proposition delivered in a fun way. So what I mean by this is be clear about what problem you're solving for your target audience. What problem is your service or your product solving for your target audience, right? Be very clear about that. So this will advise your marketing strategy, your content creation, and of course those fun videos and fun stuff that you're going to be doing, right? So we're going to be very clear about, what do they want? So number 1, be clear about what. First of all, I think be clear about what you want. Be clear about what your product can offer or services. Be clear about who is this product targeted to, and then create and produce content, right, around educational and fun content around, the solution that your product is going to provide to your target audience, right? And by the way, if at any point in time you don't understand what I'm saying, just DM me, send me a message, and just let me know, and I'll be very happy to kind of explain and elaborate further. If not, if you go to askalunanything.com / how to start a business from scratch, you can literally read this blog. Or just go to askalunanything.com, click the menu blog and search how to start a business from scratch, and you will fall on this blog and many other blogs that you can just take your time and read through. So one more thing I want to share here is artful and fridge worthy. Creating artful and fridge worthy kind of gifts or souvenirs that I would say your target audience will be happy to have. So if you have a business or you operate a service, and if you could create like things that people could put on their fridges, many times when people travel, they like to buy souvenirs that they can keep on the fridge just to kind of remind themselves where they are. So if you want to keep, at the forefront of your customers' minds, if you could create if you could have like creatives or fridge worthy kind of arts that they can put on the fridge or in the kitchen somewhere they visit often, so that they can remember you and the service you've provided. And I think that would be a great place to also, that would be a great point to incorporate when you're thinking about starting a business, and that will help and drive your marketing strategy. So guys, this is what I'm going to talk about. I don't want this session to be a long one. I'm just kind of about these things, but the idea is be clear about what you want, right? Be clear about what solution your product or service can offer. Be clear about who is your target audience, and be clear about what kind of content are they interested in, right? And how can you deliver that content in a fun way, right? And then you can talk about the content strategy and the marketing strategy. Yes, all good. What did you think about that? Right? What do you think about what I shared today? And what are you going to implement today? Right? Or what do you think you've been doing wrong from, after listening to what I shared with you today? What do you think you've not been doing right? And you can make a change today. Well, guys, always a pleasure to be with you guys. And if this is your first time joining me here, welcome. I'm Alun, and I do this series every week. I call them Rising Above the Average, and this is a series where I share tips, right, about things that have helped me grow, evolve, and improve in my life, business-wise as well as my personal life. And this is a place where you can feel supported. We share things, you share with me, I share with you, right? Because I love reading your comments about things that have helped you in your life, and I hope the things that I share with you every single week do help you to improve your life and to actually design the life that you would be proud of. Well, guys, if you want to know more about me, click the link in my bio, and if you want to know more about how we can connect and work together, click the link in my bio as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Well, leave your comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you really like this, and share this with a friend who might need to hear this. So next week we're going to continue with part 2. I didn't want to overwhelm you with a lot of things, but as I said, you can read this blog. You can read this on my website, askalunanything.com. Go to blogs, search for how to start a business from scratch, and you fall on this, right? So guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, and until then, live with purpose. Bye-bye. Take care for now. Bye.